Hello everyone, welcome back to my Let's Play of Panzer Corps. And in this one we have Operation Sea Lion. Operation Sea Lion, for those of you who don't know, was the German military's plan to conquer all of Britain. Um, Now I have been reading up on the forums a little bit on this one, and this one, as I've been told, is a little bit insanely difficult. With the fact that if you don't get a decisive victory, then your forces get counterattacked and crushed for some reason. So we have to take all of these little critical points for a decisive victory within five turns remaining. So we have 14 turns to take over all of England, all of southern England, including these three critical sections of London: the southern London, the or the we'll call them the two critical London railway stations, the London airfield. So we'll call this one South London Rail, West London Rail, and Parliament. The rest of London can stay British, but it won't because we'll be there. We gotta take over Southampton, Bristol, Oxford, and Ipswich, along with Dover. Um, Another thing we have to be concerned about is one of the main reasons Operation Sea Lion never went off would be the wonderful RAF, who will be located at approximately every single one of these air bases, which will be annoying. And another thing the Brits have a lot of? Ships. And they're not just there for show, they're pretty damn good at using them. So, we're gonna have to find a way to take out the Royal Navy before we can do much. And their radar it functions like one of these ships. It gives them a sight range, so about 5, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So about like that. We spawn out of range, out of sight range, or we can spawn our units in out of sight range of their radar, but we can't advance into that radar, or the RAF will grab us. And it gives their RAF an initiative bonus as well in the game. So first we'll begin by reinforcing all of our troops. Just get everyone in the infantry elite re-emplacements, yes. Especially the important ones. Guys like the 20th Wehrmacht, and these guys, they'll get regular re-emplacements. Just so we have enough prestige. The 28th has barely shown enough, so they won't be trusted with anything mission critical. And people who only need one reinforcement will get regular reinforcements. Basically, people who need 1 or 2 replacements won't get critical reinforcements, but like, let's say you're down to 5 and you have 1 star, you get elite replacements. Because, yeah, it might cost a lot, but it helps preserve your experience, and losing 20 experience will most likely going to make it up in the first contact at that point. So you need 2, you need 3 in your high league train, and they're pioneers. That's a light tank. That loses them a lot of experience. And I've got more special units as well. I'm just gonna keep going down here. We may or may not employ some Brucken pioneers, which are basically mobile bridges, and we might try and use them to cross the Thames over here and take Ipswich, bypassing the stronghold of London. We'll bypass them here, hit Maldon, possibly hit London from the back, and go on to Ipswich. And also seize that airfield. So Brucken pioneers are a definite possibility. We'll go ahead and upgrade our aircraft to BF-109 F4s, or, well, just Fs in this case. I think this would be an F1 or F2. These are with a few thousand, so we have to go select some critical units. Panzer and artillery are going to be overstrengthed. As well as, let's look for our more experienced units now. 14th Pioneer, cost us 29. 43. Alright, they get 12. And now we're just going to kind of go down the list of people with medals get reinforcements, they get overstrength. So if you have metal, congratulations. This is just basically adding icing on the cake to people who have medals so that we can extra trust them. to hold locations. And then we'll distribute the remainder to other people. And we got a lot of medals last mission, if I remember correctly. We basically crossed France with iron. And you get more reinforcements. And then we'll go ahead and overstrength our Air Force. They're going to take a beating. Our Stukas will overstrength this one. And I think I'll leave the others as they are currently. And we'll see what we have left over. They'll get the leftovers. Alright, so who's not at full? You all can use an extra. You all can use an extra. You all can use an extra. Extra. Alright, so if I'm gonna cut anyone, I'm probably gonna cut that. Actually, that's a Panzer G, not a Panzer F. So I'll probably cut this reconnaissance car. If I have to cut anyone to bring the Marauder. Or Brook and Pioneer, I mean. Not Marauder, Jesus. My brain no like worky. And, go ahead and plop down our Messerschmitt and air cover up here. So just put them in best striking range of London. And also we have a fighter plane down here. And so yeah, I'll go ahead and outline my general strategy for this. We're going to land some slight armor with a large infantry contingent around Dover, and push up to Rochester, and then into London using our infantry and armor in conjunction. We're going to take the first parts of London and then push forward using mostly our infantry, while Reigate gets taken by the armor that comes with it, along with the Brighton and Billix-on-Sea, while destroying most of the radar we can find to reduce the RAF's efficiency. Over here, the port of Southampton in this airfield, we're going to try and have our Fallschirmjägers, the 42nd and 40th, try and take this airfield and Southampton, as well as maybe this airfield and Bristol. And we will land a larger contingent of armor over here to help pluck off all these I've forgotten the word. Spread out cities, I guess would do. And we'll probably land them near Limregis and such. And that'll be really that. And let's see, do we have a no, we don't have a Sturmpanzer. I wonder if I can buy a Sturmpanzer. I need a Sturmpanzer. And if anything we have to sacrifice, we'll sacrifice one of these two units, the anti-tank or the recce car, and supplement with the tank instead. Although I do like the recce car, it's very good. And we can probably take out British tanks with our own tanks. But I suspect it's just going to be a bogged down fight, so we'll send lots of artillery, who we will overstrength as much as possible to get extra out of their bombardments. And all the fast movers won't go over here because it'll just get bogged down as quickly as you can imagine. So let's go ahead and pop down things we know we're taking. Artillery, I will spread out so as not to get all of our transports sunk with artillery on them, because that would suck. Our light tanks go over here, along with our good tanks. This guy, I don't know how this tank is going to fare. I haven't seen the stats on it, so I'm going to send it up here to help out with Dover. Send our pioneers over here as well. While these tanks I will put over here. We'll go ahead and throw down our infantry. And now we'll move on to grenadiers. that pioneer unit I had go? There you are. I want to deploy them more up here. These grenadiers get additional reinforcements. A Griebsjäger go up here. Infantry here, here, here. And alright, good. We can buy a few more units. So I'm gonna go ahead and buy a Brücken Pioneer. And who can we spare? That's the 20th. Where am I? They don't need to. So we'll throw some Brücken Pioneer here. Throw the infantry over here. Scout car will be critical for that. And we have 2 more core slots. Actually, I'm going to cancel. Throw this anti-tank down over there. I believe we have 1 more core spot. And I will invest in... I wonder what the difference between Nebelwerfer is in this thing. They're better at shooting infantry. Oh. But they have less ammo and they're less good at shooting that. What is this? Range. They have reduced range. What's the range for these things on it? What's the comparison to a Sturmpanzer? Less range, less, or they have better air defense, better fire against infantry, less against tanks, cost less. I don't want a Nebelwerfer just yet. I'm going to take... I was originally going to take more Fallschirmjägers if I couldn't think of anything, but a Stug will be great for our assault over here. I'll go ahead and throw one down over there. Without further ado, let's get down to business. First order of business will be to find the Royal Navy. What's that? Cruiser? Alright. That's a destroyer. So we'll go ahead and engage these forces here and find the 31st radar. Send our submarines out to go searching, along with destroyers, which will be our... Hold on, look a little bit farther north. Which will be our eyes in this regard. Where is that submarine flotilla? I want to move them up there. Move these chaps up here. Alright, so there's all the battleships. I'm a little bit curious. If I move this destroyer up here and engage him, I will lose my destroyer. If I take my cruiser over here... Alright, so first order of business will be to poke out their eyes. Or maybe poke out their cruisers. Nah, it'll be to poke out their eyes. Always poke out your enemy's eyes. There. And we'll try and keep our battleships slightly hidden, draw them away. What does the combat look like for us versus a cruiser? Bad. So we'll, once again, actually we'll attack up here as well. And there is another radar station. So what we want to do is we want to keep an eye out for these. They can see 4 hexes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. So basically they can see everything. Terrifying in a way. We'll go ahead and fly our Fallschirmjägers up here, so we have to deploy them to can. Go ahead and... Ooh, jeez. I'll go ahead and embark this on a naval transport, and then just kind of leave him there. And, move this cruiser up to about here. How'd that engagement with the battleship go? Not well. Move this battleship forward, see if we can get a good aim on them. Can. Or we can move it forward in this direction and attack there. I'm trying to find a good way to move my battleship that doesn't get me exposed. Anyway, so that'll do it for the first episode. It's mostly strategy and upgrading this time. Next episode will be undoubtedly more action-packed as the weight of the Kriegsmarine gets flung against the Royal Navy. As always, I'm Tomato. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.